Oh, hey, Bear. It is another beautiful day. It's a little cold today. My fingers coming down that hill are freezing. It's been super windy the past 3-4 days, and it seems like the wind is gone, but the temperature dropped. I think it's only 11. Like Tuesday when I rode, it was like 17. Oh yeah, green light. Oh, put on a freshly waxed chain last night, and it is silent. Amazing. Didn't realize how noisy my chain was getting. Until you put on a new, fresh one. Silent. Morning.
very quiet when no traffic and wind.
Yeah, I was like just enjoying. I was like, oh, the wind has been brutal the last few days. Makes the commute tough because that's all I could hear the whole way to work was like excessive wind noise in my ears. My bike is not squeaking. There's no wind noise. There's no traffic. It's just, well, there's the mill making plywood or whatever they're doing. It's like a totally chill commute.
Mill's doing mill things.
Yeah, that's exactly what it's doing, totally. Mill things. I don't think it makes plywood. I think they make the sheets for plywood. Like I've seen the trucks come out of there stacked. And I think it's like super thin sheets. And I think it goes somewhere else to actually turn into plywood.
Then somewhere else goes and uses them, maybe glues them.
Yeah, which seems kind of weird. Like if you're gonna make the sheets, may as well like glue them and make plywood. I don't know. I don't know if that's what it even is, but it's very thin sheets of wood. And I've seen fence poles, like the little 4-inch round, like fence poles.
Sounds like backyard summertime stripper poles.
Yeah, yeah, like wood ones. I could probably look them up on the internet and it probably says exactly what they make. It gives me nostalgic flashbacks riding past though, because I grew up in a town with a very, very large pulp and paper mill. And the smell that mill produces some days is exactly the same smell as where I grew up. And my wife, when we drive by, she's like, oh.
The internet thing tends to know a lot, but also a lot of mis and disinformation.
Yeah.
You're not an island native.
Well, no, actually, it's funny. I grew up on the mainland in a small town, but you couldn't get out of the town without taking a ferry. So despite it being attached to the rest of Canada, it was like living on an island. But it's funny because like every once in a while it produces this weird smell and my wife is like, oh, that's gross. And I'm like, that smells like home. Actually, I was talking about the other day, I've been on the island almost as long as I was where I grew up. So at some point in the next couple of years, I can't really say, oh, I'm from so-and-so.
I think I spent 25 years in Ohio, so if I am 50 and in Michigan, Indiana, then I've only spent half my life in my native state.
Yeah, I'm almost like that's almost at that. I was in Powell River from 1980. I moved there when I was 2. From 1980 to 2023 or 2003. So 23 years. And so it's 2023, so I've been in Nanaimo for 20 years, which seems crazy to think. Like, really? I've been here this long? Like, doesn't seem like it. Time goes so fast. Can't believe my kid is like 13 and 11. I'm like, what the heck?
Time does go fast. I feel like LinkedIn went from 17 to 34.
Yeah, that's... Like when I think of like going to school and stuff, I'm like, yeah, I just graduated a few years ago. And it's like, no, that was like, that's almost 30 years ago. 2026 will be like my 30-year flipping grad, high school reunion. 30 years. Because I don't feel any different, other than maybe I'm more sore all the time. Yeah, definitely more sore all the time. Oh, no wind is awesome. Oh, this is amazing.
We have Zwift and bikes to maintain some fitness though.
Yes, Zwift has been amazing because the weather here, I don't know, you probably get a lot of snow where you're at and shitty weather in the winter, but here it just rains and it's cold and it rains. I mean, you could probably go ride outside in the like 2-degree weather and pouring rain, but I would pretty much, before Zwift, I would stop riding my bike.
It's only 64 F here now, but yeah, it's cold.
Yeah, 64, that's not super warm. I would pretty much stop riding my bike in October.
So far.
And then I wouldn't start riding again till almost April. So there would be, every single year you'd make gains throughout the summer, spring and summer, and then you wouldn't ride your bike for 5 months. Like, not even look at it. And then I always used to do a race in June, and I'd be like, oh crap, I gotta get on my bike because the race is like 6 weeks away, 6 weeks away, and you're starting. Yeah, the level of fitness with Zwift has gone through the roof because you can ride. Well, I mean, you can ride all year round no matter what. I'm just a wuss and don't want to go outside. If it's cold and wet, I'm not going outside.
Indoor has a convenience that is needed for full-time working parents. I'm off.
Yeah, that's a big thing too. Is especially when our kids were small. My wife works as well, and I'd feel super bad if we both came home from work and I say, oh, see, I'm gonna go for a bike ride. Well, she worked all day and then has to, so there's a long period of time where there wasn't a whole heck of a lot of biking going on. But yeah, with Zwift, it's like I'm gonna be in the garage for 45 minutes. If you need anything, That's where I'll be. And if anything happens, you can just jump off the bike. You're not 30 kilometers from your house and be like, oh crap, I'll be back, I'm on my way, but it'll be like an hour. I used to even Zwift at work. For a while there, I had my trainer in the warehouse and a laptop. Like in the early days of Zwift.
Make me breakfast lol.
Yeah, the early days of Zwift. On my lunch break, I would go in the warehouse and ride. I had my trainer, my bike, everything was all just set up there in the back corner.
9 degrees. What is this winter?
Yeah, dude. Got cold today. Did it say 9 degrees? Yeah. My head unit says 12. 12's not much better than 9, but the wind died down, so it feels warmer than it actually is, except coming downhill off by my house. Going 50k an hour down a hill, my ears and fingertips totally froze. But right now it's good. There is...
Map on, you're still in Lenwood Road.
The map is still on Lenwood Road. That is very incorrect. Oh, that's because it's off. That is super weird. That was the first thing I turned on this morning, was the map. I think for some reason too, the temperature though, even with the map off, the temperature still changes. Look, tugboat.
Does the head unit have its own sensor?
Yes. Yeah, it's got its own temp sensor. See, I don't know where the weather data is coming from for the map app. It's usually pretty darn close, but most situations I think the head unit is a degree or two warmer.
Tugboat and Slow Spoon isn't here to make a penis comment. Check a TV channel or more like ISP?
Well, no, it's a TV channel. Check News. I think it's the actual TV channel, but that's what I remember is Check News. It's like a local. Pretty sure it's a local type channel.
Every channel is trying to do a subscription or plus version.
Oh, yeah. There's so many, like if you're scrolling through the internet so many little news articles that you're like, oh, this seems interesting, and then you click on it and it's subscribe for $1.99 a week. That seems to be the way how things are going. Well, it's tough because who really watches TV nowadays?
I hate that stuff, so I don't look into any news anymore.
Yeah, it's just like... Oh, the wind picked up.
A TV is a hardware device I cast up, or hook a computer up to, or use a streaming service on. That's it.
Yeah, we pretty much only have a TV package.
Samsung TVs give you a plus kind of streaming channel guide anyways.
Yeah, they totally do. Like our TV subscription is bare minimum because you get a bundle deal. And if we actually cancel the TV portion, our internet would be more expensive.
Live TV is good for sports, though seems like YouTube and others are streaming live sports news these days.
Yeah, it's getting more and more where that's going to happen. I mean, it's got to be tough for some of these news stations because, I mean, TV and ad revenue is how they sort of made their money. But these companies need to adapt and move forward with, you know, the way things are moving forward, and live streaming, YouTube.
Some companies hated new tech so long now it's 10 times the work to get back to it.
Yeah, it's like you missed the boat. And it was like you should have done this or started transitioning 10 years ago. What's that famous blockbuster quote? There's a quote out there where like Blockbuster tweeted or something way back in the day of how Netflix didn't concern them. And look what happened. You know, I feel it's the same way with some of these channels where like, we've been in business for 50 years. We're huge.
Mom tells me story of asking about DVDs at the local one and laughed at it.
I used to love the video store. Honestly though, I'm kind of sad that that's not a thing anymore. Friday night, you and your buddies go to the video store, find something awesome to watch. Be Kind, Rewind.
I vaguely remember looking at the shelves trying to think what movie would be good.
Oh yeah, like that. And it's funny, it's like that's what everyone did. You'd go to the video store, it's like everyone else that you knew was at the video store. You know the release date of a huge movie coming out, and the video store's only got 20 copies of it. And you're like, damn, we want to watch that. Oh, missed the left light. Just gonna go.
Blame it on the signal.
Yeah, that one never goes. Sometimes the bike trips the signal, but been pretty unlucky with that one.
Also, cyclists should be allowed to do whatever they want.
Yeah. Yeah. Go wherever we want, when we want. Yeah, I don't think there's an issue if the light doesn't turn red and I go and there's no cars. 'Cause I'll be sitting there all day.
99% of the time, if a cyclist is stupid stuff, it's their life in danger.
Yeah, I would probably agree with that. This part of the climb is amazing. I love this part. It's uphill, but it's just gentle. And it gives the illusion when you look at it, it looks decently steep. But when you're pedaling up it, you're going, this is nice. The upper section gets steep, but this is nice.
Is this where you do your sprint efforts?
Yeah. Oh, this would actually be a good road for hill climb repeats. it was like 4.5%, 6.9%, 8.6. It's ramping up. Weird today. Traffic seems to be unusually quiet. I guess I actually am a little earlier, about 10-15 minutes.
Is there a holiday you forgot about?
Maybe. I don't even know why I'm going into work. The boss is away today and not back till Tuesday, and sort of my supervisor is working from home today. So I'm not really sure. I wanted to go for a bike ride. That's probably the only reason I'm going into the office, is I wanted to ride this morning. So I took yesterday off as like a rest day. But there's going to be no one at the office, which is nice as well.
You can go home.
I could pretty much. Probably what I'm probably going to do is leave earlier and do a longer ride on the way home. Maybe do some exploring, try to push the cell signal to the limits. think I made it.
Gray again, but made it without a switch. Saving all your effort for that tunnel.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. And I go see how to bullet fall, doing triathlon training.
Later.
Have a good one, Dimitri.
See you in few hours.
Yeah. Are you gonna get out and about today?
Look like rain again, not sure.
It's kind of weird, like the sun's out, but the clouds still look a little sketchy here.
If clouds are sketchy,